Ladies and gentlemen, so with the ongoing brouhaha about some inordinate affection, that's what I call it. I'm talking about Adam and Steve. Adam and Steve, if you know what I mean. So, a particular blog called Gistlover came up with this list of the so-called Adam and Steve. In fact, in Nigeria, they are called the Agege, or the Gabriel Association of Sodom and Gomorrah. Now, a lot of names appeared on this list that people are still expecting more, as promised by Gistlover. But one name struck a chord among those who are fans of Mary, and that name is no other than Edochie. Well, as it is right now, the update that we are getting is a bit more scary, a scary one. What do I mean? Mary has been keeping herself, like, not saying a lot of things. She had kept to herself. In fact, it seems this Judaism thing is more of a saving grace, like something that helped her get out of what she had been covering up, what she has been kind of holding on to, what she has been saying nothing about, what she has held onto her chest, that kind of thing. And we are even hearing that family members, some of them even know of these extracurricular activities of Edochie, if you know what I mean. So it is not only about the Judaism thing or some women in the industry, it is also about the Gabriel lifestyle of Edochie. Well, so unfortunate. Well, it is what it is. Edochie's name is part of those that have been accused of being part of this association. And all of a sudden, people started adding one and one together. It is like that of the PDD of the United States, where people saw certain things, but they were not connecting dots together. It was more like a puzzle. Now, do you know that pictures and videos and that subtle kind of expression on the face of the guy and many other that we are seeing started making sense that this is not just an ordinary hug. This is not just an ordinary, kind of, that kind of expression. This is deeper than that. That high contact is not just what you think it was, like guy to guy. That tells you a lot about how the brain of human beings operate. We see, in fact, let me call it eyes wide shut. I mean, you are looking at it, but you cannot connect the dots together. You are looking at it, but you cannot relate to it. You are looking at it, you can't even process it. You are not even judging. You cannot see beyond the subliminal. You are just there, like, oh, these guys, oh, look at him, they share, oh, this guy is so nice, oh, this guy just hugged this other guy. Now, there is this video that circulated social media to further show to everyone, particularly those that are skeptical about this so-called list of Gistlover. In this video, we saw the wedding of a particular dude. This guy, I think they say, is a gospel singer. This guy, on his wedding day, both himself and his best man were sobbing on each other's neck. The way they sobbed and the way, oh my God, it is awful. When you look at it, it speaks volume. It says a lot, about in these effeminate characteristics that you see among Gabriel. This would have been looked at as nothing, and social media would have looked at it and they would have been like, okay, you know what? Oh, these are very close friends. I remember back then when they were in university, both of them were friends. You will never see one without the other. They were so much of a friend in the class and all of that, during lectures, even in church. Both of them were together in each other's house. These guys are best friends. Wow. The same way it is difficult to find out about two women who are into this. It's the same way, in fact, it is even more difficult to find this out with men who are bi, or men who are trying to keep face. I mean, they just want to be married and they want the society to see them as a married man or a man who has children. But the core, the thing inside of them is doing the doings of, the homo, that kind of thing. Well, this seems to be the case of Edochie too, from what we are hearing. And we are hearing that family members, some of them knew about this, and even Edochie, we are hearing that May knew about this thing and that this thing had existed, but it's something that they were trying to look into. Is this for real or is it not real? Is this like a joke? Recall that he Freeze's new wife, I mean the woman he got married to recently, and one that is a cook. She talked about this, and this kind of shed more light into the menace of this thing in our society. She said she had met this man. This guy had a good job. He worked for, I think, an NPC oil company, and this guy had a good pay. Everything is fine. She felt like she's a pretty lady that met a guy who is into cash, like a guy who has money. Everything felt so good. Both of them married, having children. But there is this friend. This friend never leaves this guy. Is it best friend? Is it PA? What is this thing? She said she did not suspect anything. Who would suspect such? Just the same way Mary would never have suspected anything. Like, how can you suspect your husband's friend, best friend? Both of them will share a glass of, of some liquor together. They will laugh and chat and act like normal. If you are not somebody who has been around these characters, you might not be able to filter and profile and see what these people, I mean, we know that we have some men who pretend to be women, and we have some men who have this effeminate side of them, like they act in a certain way. You might want to kind of maybe be thinking that they have a lot of sisters and maybe no masculine figure in their life. That's why they behave the way they behave. All they grew up seeing is their sisters. But he ended up saying, one day I saw something that I should not see. I have been a bit suspicious. So it got to a point where she had told her husband, like, hey, look, I know this guy is your friend, but there is something that is not right. There should be barriers. How can he be coming into our bedroom when he should never ever have access to our bedroom? This is our matrimonial room and bed and our own privacy. He should not be coming and sitting down on our bed, regardless of the kind of friendship both of you share. Well, husband said, he's my friend now, you know him now. And I was like, yeah, I do, but what kind of rubbish is this? Before you know it, it became defensive. That's where she started suspecting, like, wait, this cannot be normal. This kind of defense is the type that a man does for a woman. There is a possibility that this duo are both sharing bed together. And she worked upon it. She got her evidence and she said, enough is enough. I'm moving out. Well, Mr. Bai begged and begged and begged. He said, no, I cannot cover this shit. Enough is enough. Now, one would have thought, why can't she cover this and continue life? After all, there is money to spend. He has a good job. And it's not like he's cheating with a woman. He's a man, like, but it will only take someone who has mental illness to accept such a crazy thing. I know there are some men who accept their women or their girlfriend, partner, girlfriend, wife or whatever, to have some female partner somewhere. They meet, they do things, they connect together, and life goes on. They're like, it's okay, it's your partner. Let's move. Like, I know our society has become much dirtier than a lot of people will want to kind of feel comfortable with. But this case of you, Edochie, is getting serious. Like, a lot of dirts are coming out, surfacing.